Hello everyone, I am Suryansh Singh from the EC department.
I am Surya Swarikar from Mechanical Department.
I am Srishti Kujul from Mechanical Department. I am Shubhrita Gaura from Mechanical Department.
I am Shivesh Kumar Patel from ECE Department.
We are Team Vasudev and our project is titled Renewal Energy and its Importance.
We would like to sincerely thank our mentor Dr. Anup Kumar Tiwari sir for his guidance and encouragement throughout this video.
Renewable resources are natural resources that can be replenished or regenerated over time, making them sustainable and environmental friendly. Unlike non-renewable resources like fossil fuels and minerals, renewable resources can be continuously used without being depleted if managed correctly. One of the renewable resources is solar energy. Solar energy is the conversion of sunlight into electricity either through photovoltaic PV panels or concentrated solar power (CSP). With abundant solar resources and advancement of technology, solar energy has emerged as one of the cleanest, most accessible and sustainable form of renewable energy. Now talking about global solar energy production. The installed capacity as per 2023, the global installed capacity of solar power surpassed of 1 terawatt, with China, the US and the European Union leading the production. Growth. The solar power capacity is growing rapidly. From 2010 to 2023, global solar installation saw an annual growth rate of around 25%. Generation share. Talking about generation share, solar energy contributed approximately 4 to 5% of the global electricity mix by 2023, with its share expected to increase significantly by 2030 due to continuous investment. Now talking about solar energy in India. Installed capacity. As of mid-2023, India's solar capacity stood at around 67.82 gigawatts, making it one of the top countries for solar power. This forms a significant part of India's goal of reaching 280 gigawatt of solar capacity by 2030. Growth and government initiatives. India has been exponentially growth in solar installation driven by the government initiatives like the National Solar Mission subsidies and the promotion of rooftop solar systems. Now talking about regional development of solar energy in India. States like Rajasthan, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are leading in solar capacity, with large-scale solar parks contributing to the substantial growth rate. Now, talking about uses of solar energy. First, electricity generation. The primary use is electricity generation for both grid connection and off-grid system. Residential, commercial and industrial sector benefits from solar installation. Second, agriculture sector. Solar powered irrigation system and solar drying of crops help reducing dependence on traditional power sources. Third, heating and desalination. Heating and desalination. Solar thermal systems are used for water heating and pilot projects are underway for solar desalination, especially in coastal regions. Now talking about future scope and potential. Cost competitiveness. With technology improvements and economic of scale, solar energy is becoming one of the cheapest power sources, offering competition to fossil fuels. Energy security and rural electrification. Solar power, especially off-grid and microgrid solution, can provide reliable electricity in remote areas, promoting socio-economic development. Battery storage. Advanced in energy storage, particularly lithium-ion and emerging technologies, can address solar energy making it reliable baseload power source. Green hydrogen. Solar energy can be used to produce green hydrogen and eco-friendly fuels for sectors like steel production and heavy transportation, further reducing carbon emission. Now, some challenges and consideration. Land and resource requirements. Large solar farms require significant land areas, which can be challenging in densely populated areas. Second, grid infrastructure. Integrated high shares of solar energy require modern grid infrastructure capable of meeting variability. Material and waste management. PV panels disposals and recycling need to be managed sustainably as the first generation of panels reached end of life. Forecast. Global capacity. The International Energy Agency IEA projects that solar capacity could reach 2.4 terawatt by 2030. India's target. India aims to reach 500 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity with solar power forming a significant share, potentially achieving 280 gigawatt by 2030.
Today, I'll be discussing one of the most promising sources of renewable energy, hydropower or hydroelectric energy. As we move toward a sustainable future, it's essential to explore every available avenue that can help us reduce carbon emissions, decrease our reliance on fossil fuels, and combat climate changes. Hydropower has been a cornerstone of the renewable energy movement for over a century, and its potential for the future is immense. Today, I will walk you through the fundamentals of hydroenergy, how it works, its environmental impact, and its role in shaping a cleaner and greener energy landscape. I'll also touch upon some of the challenges it faces and the innovations that are pushing the boundaries of this technology. Let us dive right in. At its core, hydroelectric energy is the energy derived from the movement of water. It's one of the oldest and most widely used forms of energy. The basic principle between hydropower is relatively simple. Falling or flowing water turns turbines which are connected to generators then that produce electricity. There are different types of hydropower system, each with its own set of advantages and applications. The first one is large-scale hydropower. This involves building dams on large rivers where water is sorted in reservoirs and then released to generate electricity. These are typically massive projects that can provide power to millions of people. The second one is runoff river system. These do not require large reservoirs. Instead, they use the natural flow of the river to generate power, often with less environmental disruption. The third one is pumped storage hydropower. This is a type of hydroelectric system used for energy storage. Water is pumped to a higher elevation during times of low demand and then released to generate power during peak demand periods. The fourth one is micro and small hydropower. These systems are designed to generate power on a smaller scale, often for individual communities, remote areas, or even residential homes. Let me briefly explain how a hydroelectric plant works. The first one is water flow. Water from a river or reservoir flows through a large pipe known as a penstock, which directs the flow towards the turbine. As water hits the turbine blades, the force of the moving water causes the turbine to spin. Another one is generator. The spinning turbine is connected to a generator. As the turbine spins, it turns the generator's rotor, converting the mechanical energy of the turbine into electrical energy. Transmission. The generated electricity is then transmitted via power lines to homes, businesses, and industries. Now, the question arises, why hydropower is important? Hydropower offers a range of advantages that makes it a key player in the renewable energy transition. The first one being renewable. Unlike fossil fuels, water is a renewable source. As long as we have rivers, lakes, and oceans, we have the potential for hydropower. Another point is low carbon footprint. Once a hydroelectric plant is built, it produces electricity with virtually no direct carbon emissions. While there are emissions related to the construction and maintenance of the infrastructure, the operational phase of hydropower is extremely clean. The next point is reliable. Hydropower provides a steady and reliable source of power. It can produce electricity 24/7, unlike solar or wind power, which are intermittent and dependent on weather conditions. This makes hydropower a crucial component in a diversified energy mix. Another point being energy storage. As I mentioned earlier, pumped storage hydropower can act as a battery for the grid. Water is stored in an upper reservoir during low demand and can be released to meet peak demand, making hydropower an excellent form of grid balancing. The next point is economic benefits. Large-scale hydroelectric projects often create significant jobs in construction and maintenance. They also provide a stable, affordable source of energy to surrounding communities. Now, we will talk about hydropower's role in the global energy transition. The world's demand for clean energy is growing rapidly. Renewable energy sources, including solar, wind, and hydro, are expected to meet a significant portion of that demand in the coming decades. Hydropower plays an essential role in the transition from fossil fuels to renewables. In 2022, hydropower was the largest source of renewable electricity worldwide, accounting for nearly 16% of global electricity generation. That's more than the combined contributions of solar, wind, and geothermal energy. For countries with abundant water sources, hydropower provides an almost perfect solution to meet national energy needs while reducing carbon emissions. Countries like Brazil, China, and Canada have already heavily invested in hydropower, with Brazil deriving about 70% of its electricity from hydropower plants. Hydropower's flexibility and scalability means that it can provide a baseload power source for national grids while complementing intermittent renewables like wind and solar. To sum up, hydroelectrical energy is a key pillar in the global push towards sustainable energy. It is clean, reliable, and efficient. It plays a significant role in reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and its ability to store energy makes it an invaluable asset as we integrate more variable renewable resources like solar and wind into the grid. However, like any form of energy production, hydropower is not without its environmental and social challenges. As we move forward, it's crucial to continue investing in innovations that can reduce these impacts and make hydroelectric power more sustainable. The future of hydropower is exciting, with new technologies offering greater efficiency and environmental compatibility. And with thoughtful planning and innovation, hydroelectric power can continue to be a vital tool in the fight against climate change and in creating a more sustainable energy future for all.
The world is facing a growing energy crisis due to the depletion of fossil fuels and the escalating environmental concerns related to climate change. Among the various renewable energy sources, wind energy stands out as one of the most promising solutions to meet global energy demands while mitigating environmental damage. Wind energy harnesses the natural power of wind through wind turbines to generate electricity, make it a sustainable, clean, and inexhaustible energy resource. We will explore the principles of wind energy, its historical development, technological advancements, economical feasibility, environmental impact, and future potential. Wind energy is a form of kinetic energy derived from the movement of air masses across the Earth's surface. The primary method of harnessing wind energy is through wind turbines, which convert the wind's mechanical energy into electricity. There are two types of wind energy technologies that are onshore wind power, where turbines are located on land, and offshore wind power, where turbines are installed in bodies of water, typically oceans. The science behind the wind energy: wind is created by the uneven heating of the Earth's surface by the sun. This creates air pressure differences, causing air to move from areas of high pressure to low pressure. The movement of this air is what we experience as wind, and this kinetic energy can be captured by turbines with large blades that rotate as the wind passes over them. The blades are connected to a generator which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Next, we have history and development of wind energy. Wind energy has been used for centuries. Ancient civilizations used windmills for pumping water and grinding grain. The modern application of wind energy to generate electricity dates back to the 19th and early 20th centuries. The development of the first electrical wind turbine is credited to Charles F. Brush in the United States in 1888. However, it was not until the late 20th century that wind energy technology became widespread, driven by global push for clean energy alternatives. There are various environmental impacts of wind energy. Wind energy is considered one of the cleanest forms of renewable energy, but it does not come with some environmental and social challenges. Positive environmental impact reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. Wind energy produces no emissions during operation, making it one of the effective ways to combat climate change. Sustainability. Unlike fossil fuels, wind energy is a renewable resource that does not deplete over time. Land use. Wind farms require relatively little land, and the land around turbines can still be used for agriculture or grazing. Challenges and concerns that impact on wildlife. Wind turbines can pose a threat to birds and bats which may collide with the blades. Noise pollution. The sound of wind turbines can be disturbing to people living near the wind farms. Visual impact. Some people find wind turbines unsightly, leading to local opposition to wind farm projects. Economical feasibility and cost. The cost of wind energy has decreased dramatically over the past few decades, making it a competitive alternative to fossil fuels. Cost of wind power. The cost of wind power has fallen by approximately 70% since 2009 due to technological advancements and economies of scale. Onshore wind is often one of the cheapest sources of new electricity generation, and offshore wind is becoming more cost competitive. Job creation and economic benefits. Wind energy has become a major source of employment worldwide, with jobs in manufacturing, installation, and maintenance. Wind farms contribute to local economies, particularly in rural areas, by providing landowners with lease payments and creating tax revenue for municipalities. Subsidies and policy support. Government subsidies and tax incentives, such as the production tax credit in the United States, have played a significant role in the growth of the wind industry. Policy decisions and regulations that support renewable energy continue to drive the expansion of wind energy globally. The future of wind energy looks promising with continued technological innovation, cost reductions, and global investments. The combination of improved turbine design, offshore wind development, and energy storage solutions will likely make wind power a dominant energy source in the coming years. Key factors for future growth. Offshore wind expansion. As technology improves, offshore wind farms are expected to become a more significant source of energy, particularly in regions with high wind potential. Integration with other renewable energies. Wind energy will play a crucial role in the transition to a low carbon energy mix when combined with solar, hydro, and other renewable sources. Energy storage solutions. Innovations in storage technology will help address the intermittent nature of wind energy, making it more reliable as a primary energy source. Coming to the conclusion, wind energy represents one of the most promising solutions to the global energy crisis as a renewable, sustainable, and increasingly cost effective energy source. It holds the potential to transform the global energy landscape, while challenges such as environmental impacts, grid integration, and public acceptance remain. The technological advancements in the wind turbine design and energy storage are overcoming many of these hurdles. The continued growth of wind energy will not only contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions but also drive economic growth and job creation in the renewable energy sector. With continued investment and innovation, wind energy can play a pivotal role in the global transition to a cleaner, more sustainable future.
Today, I'll be talking about a fascinating and crucial topic, biomass. Biomass is a renewable energy source derived from organic materials such as plants, agriculture, waste, and even animal byproducts. Did you know that biomass has been used for energy since ancient times? Early human burned wood for heat and cooking, which was an early form of harvesting biomass energy. Today, it's a key part of renewable energy mix, offering solutions to our growing energy demands and while addressing environmental concerns. What is biomass? So, what exactly is biomass? It includes wood and wood waste used in heating system and power plants, agricultural residues like sugarcane, bagasse, rice husks, or wheat straw, energy crops, plants like switchgrass and miscanthus grown specifically for fuel, animal manure and food waste. These are turned into biogas or compost. Essentially, biogas is any material that stores energy from the sun through photosynthesis. When we burn or process biomass, we refer to the stored energy in the form of heat, electricity, or fuel. A great example is bioethanol, a liquid fuel produced from sugarcane or corn, which powers vehicles in many countries. How biomass is used? So, there are multiple ways to convert biomass into usable energy. First one is direct combustion. Burning biomass to generate heat or electricity, commonly seen in rural areas where wood is still a primary fuel source. Second one is anaerobic digestion, a process where microorganisms break down organic waste, producing biogas for cooking or power generation. Third, biofuels. Crops like corn and sugarcane are processed into bioethanol, while oils from plants like soya beans are converted into biodiesel. Fourth, advanced technologies. Processes like gasification and pyrolysis create cleaner energy by turning biomass into synthetic gas or bioils. Advantages of biomass. Biomass offers many benefits. Renewable energy source. As long as we continue planting crops or trees and manage waste sustainably, biomass remains a reliable resource. Carbon neutral potential. The CO2 released during combustion is offset by the CO2 absorbed during the plant's growth. Waste reduction. Biomass helps divert organic waste from landfills, reducing methane emissions. Economic opportunities. It helps rural communities by creating jobs in farming, collection, and processing. For example, India has implemented biogas plants in rural areas, converting cow dung into clean cooking gas, a brilliant solution to reduce dependency on firewood. Challenges and solutions. Despite its promise, biomass has some challenges. Overharvesting of forest for biomass can damage ecosystem. Processing and transporting biomass can be inefficient and costly. Burning biomass, if not done cleanly, can release pollutants like particulates. To address these challenges, we must invest in advanced technologies like carbon capture during combustions, promote second-generation biofuels made from non-food sources like algae or crop residues, establish sustainable forestry and agriculture practices to balance demand and conservations. Now, in conclusion, biomass is a versatile and sustainable energy source with immense potential to address climate change and energy security. With the right technologies and practices, we can maximize its benefits while minimizing the drawbacks. Let's embrace renewable solutions like biomass to build a cleaner, greener future. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I am here to talk about a fascinating and highly efficient renewable energy source, that is the geothermal energy. The word geothermal comes from a Greek word geo meaning earth and thermal meaning heat. It refers to the energy derived from the heat stored beneath the earth's surface. This clean, sustainable and largely untapped energy source has immense potential to power the world. Let's dive deeper into how it works, its applications, and its benefits. How geothermal energy works. The Earth's core is incredibly hot, with temperature exceeding 5000 degrees Celsius. This heat comes from the radioactive decay of the elements and the residual heat from the Earth's formation. As you move closer to the surface, heat is stored in the rocks, water, and steam beneath the Earth's crust. We can harness this heat in several ways. First, geothermal power plants. Geothermal power plants convert heat into electricity. They work by drilling wells into geothermal reservoirs containing hot water or steam. This steam is used to drive turbines connected to generators producing electricity. There are three types of geothermal power plants. The first is dry steam plants. They use steam directly from the ground to turn turbines. The second is flash steam plants. They extract high pressure hot water that flashes into steam to power turbines. The third is binary cycle plants. They use moderately hot water to heat a secondary fluid with a lower boiling point, which turns into vapors to drive turbines. Geothermal energy is also used directly for heating purposes. For example, in homes, it provides space heating and hot water. In industries, it is used for processes like drying crops, heating greenhouses, and even melting snow on roads. The another method to harness this energy is geothermal heat pumps. These pumps use the stable underground temperatures around 10 to 20 degrees Celsius to heat or cool buildings. In winter, they extract heat from the ground, and in summer, they transfer heat back into the earth. Now, the applications of geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is versatile. Some real-world examples include Iceland. Nearly 90% of homes in Iceland are heated with geothermal energy, and the country generates 25% of its electricity from it. The United States. California is the leader in geothermal power, with the famous geyser geothermal supplying clean energy to the state. Developing countries. Many regions with volcanic activities such as Indonesia and Kenya are harnessing geothermal energies to meet their energy demands. Now, the benefits of geothermal energies. It is renewable and sustainable. As long as the earth exists, its core will generate heat, making geothermal energy inexhaustible. Low carbon footprint. Geothermal power plants emit minimal greenhouse gases compared to fossil fuels, significantly contributing to combating climate change. Reliable and consistent. Unlike solar and wind energy, geothermal energy isn't dependent on weather, time, or day. It provides a steady energy output 24/7. Efficient land use. Geothermal facilities require much less land compared to solar farms or wind turbines, making them ideal to use in limited space. Economic benefits. Once established, geothermal power plants have low operating costs, and they contribute to energy independence by reducing reliance on imported fuels. And now, the challenges of geothermal energy. Despite its benefits, geothermal energy does have some challenges. The first is high initial cost. Drilling wells and building geothermal plants can be expensive due to the need for advanced technology and skilled labor. Second is geographical limitations. Geothermal reservoirs are not evenly distributed. It is most effective in regions with high tectonic and volcanic activity, limiting its widespread adoption. Third is environmental concerns. In some cases, geothermal power plants may release trace amounts of harmful gases like hydrogen sulfide. Additionally, improper management of geothermal wells can lead to land subsidence. In conclusion, geothermal energy is a reliable, clean, and renewable source that has the potential to revolutionize how we generate power. Although there are challenges, advancements in technologies and greater awareness can help overcome these barriers. By investing in geothermal energy, we can take one more step towards a sustainable future. Thank you everybody for your attention.